What's up, everyone? Welcome back to the Collider Interview Studio at Sundance 2025, brought to you by Rendezvous Capital. Today, we are supporting indie film, of course, but we are also supporting LA Wildfire Relief Live. They're an organization that supports those impacted by the wildfires. If you are able to donate, please head on over to lawildfirerelief.live and do so right there. Thank you in advance. Now, I have the pleasure of saying a huge congratulations to the team behind Sorry Baby. Your movie is something else. Congratulations. I hope you're so proud of what you accomplished here.
Thank you so much. That was an amazing intro. And
I wanted to say, I was like bursting to say it. It was really
Every
impressive.
single
really
time
good.
I'm like 75% of the way through.
Dude,
I'm
you got
like,
it.
don't screw it up in the
Don't.
last
No,
bit.
no.
I couldn't
got
see
it.
you waver at all. You were
Yeah.
so confident.
My
So
heart
cool.
was pounding.
Yeah.
Clearly, I know what your movie is about, but because we're celebrating it at a film festival, our viewers will likely first learn about Sorry Baby here. So would you mind doing the honors and giving a brief synopsis?
Totally. The film is about a person who goes through something really hard and the aftermath of that and trying to heal from the pain of that. And it's kind of about that feeling when you're stuck and you see the people you love moving on and you are stuck in place trying to make sense of what's gone down.
Many questions about writing this script, beginning with something I was reading in the press notes. You had mentioned that you tried to write about these ideas years ago and had a tough time doing it then. Why was that the case? And what happened that kind of gave you like the courage and the ability to write it when you did?
I think during COVID, everything around me really slowed down. I was in a TV show and we had to stop shooting, and I just had all this time to watch films as an escape, but also to process. And I put myself in a cabin in Maine with my cat and just decided, like, let's just put it to paper. It was time. I had imagined bits of it and written bits of it, but I didn't understand the vehicle in which it was supposed to live, so the bits didn't make any sense to me yet. And then finally I had the time and the space to really think about structurally how I want this to work, and how I want the structure to the film to itself support the idea of trying to heal in its structure. And then finally, when that made sense to me, I was able to really write it. And it was also like, I didn't really know I was writing a whole feature as I was doing it. It was kind of just one of those things where I had to take it down and make sense of it later. So yeah, I think the world's slowing down and time with myself and time to realize like, I'm good. Like I can make sense of this and fictionalize things and write a whole story that's fictional on its own, out of pain, and also find like humor in it along the way.
The structure works exceptionally well. You said time, but you also said your cat. I swear I wrote this down too. And I know it does sound silly, but as someone who is like a big pet lover, and I don't know, I love being surrounded by my animals. They make me feel like warm and comfortable. What is it about your cat that puts you in the right headspace to write?
My cat is made of stars. He's this amazing 8-year-old guy who just is constantly living in truth, and he wants food and he wants love and he wants to sleep in my arms. And there is nothing like that. He doesn't talk, and so I don't talk to him much. We just kind of look at each other and we're like, it's you.
What's his name? I just have to put a
Clyde.
name to the idea now.
Clyde.
Okay. Beautiful.
He's in my hotel room right now.
I'm so jealous.
Come visit.
I keep saying I can't get a pet because I can't travel with the pet, but now
You can do anything. I brought him to Paris
know-
once. He did not like that.
I'm in big trouble. I'm definitely going to go home and adopt something after this. There's one collaboration I really wanted to make a point to ask you about, because I just talked to him recently and I just love the idea that he is doing quite a bit to produce for others and elevate newer voices in this industry. It's Barry Jenkins. What is something about the way he operates as like a support system and a producer that, you know, like teed you up for success and helped you make this movie the way you wanted?
I mean, he is energetically incredibly high. He operates on a very high frequency. So he's incredibly optimistic. He's incredibly thoughtful. He's like this combination of cheerleader, serious genius. Like he just has this, he just can drop in and talk to you about the most intense, powerful, drop the most like profound thought and then leave the room and like grab a snack on the way. Like he just is completely in. He was the one who kind of who planted the seed in my head that I could be a filmmaker, because he had seen my videos and he was like, you're directing, whether you know it or not. This is directing. These are the pieces of it that you would have to do on a bigger scale. And so, I mean, his belief in me, I think has been it's been the thing that has led me to this. So I'm really grateful, and everyone deserves a Barry Jenkins.
His instincts are I swear I wrote that quote down too. At first I thought I wanted someone else to direct it, but then Barry said, you're a director. It's an important thing. I swear I'm coming to the two of you in a quick second, but I did have one other big burning question about what happened before you went into principal photography, because I was reading that while prepping to film this, you shot 2 scenes in a practice shoot, and it was making me wonder, what are those 2 scenes and why did you choose those 2 scenes to practice with?
I'll tell you the scenes after, because after people have seen it. I chose 2 scenes that one of them I was incredibly nervous to act, and one of them that I wasn't sure how I wanted to direct. And there are 2 scenes of these 2 characters, because this was the most like important thing to figure out in the film, Agnes and Liddy. And yeah, I mean, in the way that I just talked about, like Barry's energy, also Pastel set me up they produced a 2-day practice shoot like a year before we shot the film with my DP, where we got to shoot 2 scenes. I went through the editing process with like an amazing editor, Kate Brokaw, and she was basically like, so the pieces you're missing are these, you didn't shoot them, so we can't move between, like, just like the dream lesson. It was like kind of a mini film school moment. And they, for a year, were like, the script is ready, and so it's just about getting you comfortable to direct. What do you need? And so we did that. I shadowed a friend's film.
Oh, I saw the TV Glow.
Yes, I shadowed it.
That's so cool.
I was there.
That's you should wear that as a badge of honor.
I do. I'm very grateful.
People walked away from 2024 calling that their favorite film, and it made me very happy.
I understand why. I mean, Jane has been an incredible friend and mentor, and it was a true gift to be on that set. And also to shadow a set is amazing because you don't have a job there. So it's like you actually can learn. It's crazy. That was amazing. Thank you to everyone there.
I love that. Question for both of you now, because one of the things that struck me most about this movie is literally the second I see you 2 share the screen with Eva, it's just like that connection, like how in sync you feel, like the cadence, it's just immediately there. And I can kind of like feel the history between your characters, even though I've only spent mere minutes with you. Do you remember the very first thing you did on set that signaled to you like this vibe is gonna work? We have something special here.
For one, I came in so confident, which is not actually that common for me. Like I was like, this is gonna be, I kind of felt like I already knew what we could do, because
we had a vibe. We just
had a vibe. And it's quite like, it's really fun when you just meet like someone like that anyway, just in life, and you're just like, oh, let's go for a coffee and like, let's be friends. But this was like creatively, I was like, yeah, somehow this makes sense, and you just don't even question it. The first scene we did was
it was at the
we
frozen
were outside.
lake.
It was at a frozen lake, and it was, you know, you've got the normal everyday like first day jitters, but there was something instantly like warm about the set, and something very supportive. I feel like we were all really aware that Eva, like this was their first thing, and like to be supportive of that. And so I think there was something, like we held the space and you held the space, and like we had fun within that. And after day 1, I was like, yeah, I knew it. It's gonna be a really fun, healing, creative time.
Well, I'm following up on that in a minute. Lucas, first for you though.
You know, the one that comes to mind for me is not an early experience, but actually I think it was maybe even the last night, which was, we were doing this scene and we were doing a lot of takes and I think it was going fine, but you gave me such a great note, which was, you were like, just do it like just way overdo it. You were like, do it like 110%. And it was like easily the best take. And it was so, I just feel like there was always this sense with Ava that they wanted like me to totally like, I don't know, just like be, just, what what is it? I think just like I was safe. I was safe, and I could do just like the more I did, the more you seemed happy. You know what I mean? Like it was like I didn't need to like sort of I didn't need to do any like bullshit tricks. It was just like kind of the sillier, more stupid, or just so anyway, I learned a lot from this movie for that reason. And I even had like a dream. I was telling Eva this the other day, that I had a dream where like Eva came to me in the dream and was like helping me like digest that lesson and to carry it forward in my next job, where it was just like really you have to like be free to like commit fully and make it's so obvious, like really make a fool of yourself. And I just I was very grateful for that lesson, and that was like one of the biggest things I took from this experience.
I'm trying to remember all of my follow-up questions. I think, Lucas, you put this kind of in my brain, but I don't know if this actually happened, but one of the things that fascinates me most about a director who is also acting in their movie is that they can kind of give you notes through their performance. Do you ever remember a time on set when that happened and how it inspired you to adjust in a surprising way?
That was one of the things I was saying is like, there were a couple scenes I wasn't in, and I found it really difficult after having been in scenes and like, oh, I'm actually just going to energetically shift this a bit to get like a surprise to surprise someone. Like then there was an interesting thing of when I wasn't in a scene, these two people had this like bond, and I was like, so why don't, like I was trying to figure out how to be like, we're all in it. Like, no, we are. But like, it was a completely different experience trying to direct someone when I honestly don't have their trust of like, we've done the scene, like we are in it in this like kind of scary, safe way.
I actually think there's like, I don't know, I can't think of anything that was like stand out, but it was like, it's like a rhythm thing more than it is like a thing that I remember you doing it in one standalone moment. It was like, oh, she's on this kind of tone. Oh, okay, playful. And it's kind of like follow the leader a little bit until you kind of get the gist of it. And then by take 3, take 5, you start to sink into what the rhythm of the scene is. But yeah,
they're both like the best actors in the world. So I was like blessed. Like they're both incredible. Like they can do everything with heart, and they're so funny. And like, I think the thing of 110%, it was like, you're so funny. And you're the part of the film that's like, oh, like, thank God there's like someone trying their fucking best, like to just be sweet and like to just do their, and so every time you made it bigger, it was like, oh, it's just a relief to the film, like to have those moments of air and joy.
I feel like it's quite the accomplishment with any film to like leave me with the feeling like I just want to spend more time with these people, with like all of you as characters, and you very much accomplished that here. I think I have to wrap with you all in a moment. I want to squeeze in 2 more questions because I hope it's already clear, but I think Eva does an exceptional job. And I know you're going to go on to like write, direct, and star in many, many more films. So for the 2 of you now, what is something about Eva as a scene partner, a director, a leader on set that you are excited for more of her collaborators to get to experience in the future? Bring it on.
I think the biggest thing for me that I was blown away by is Ava's openness. You were so receptive and open to everyone's energy. And I said this earlier, but watching you grow into yourself, I'm so excited for other collaborators to see her as like this really embodied leader, which you are. It was so powerful. It was super powerful. And I can't wait, even if I'm not in them.
I think for me, it's what I love so much about the script is the specific. I was saying earlier that it felt like something that it reminded me of things I loved, but it also felt like its own thing. And what I'm excited about is the sheer uniqueness of Ava's voice, and of the fact of like, we need people who are different, but who through their own talent and their brilliance, like it's not their difference that it's not like the fact that they're different that we're like going, oh, this person's so different. It's like, we're ignited by the uniqueness of the voice. And I think we just need more artists who are, themselves and true and honest, and not even just honest, just like, you're different. Do you know what I mean? Like,
you are different.
But you know what I'm
hear
saying,
you.
right?
No, I mean, look at this. Like, I'm so lucky.
It's a beautiful way to articulate
Thank
that.
you.
Cheers
forever. That probably is really bad for sound.
Probably, but we're okay.
They're like,
so I just made them give you flowers, but now I'm going to make you do it for yourself. I have my interview series, and I always end those types of interviews with this question, but I do want to make sure to include it here because I just want you to know that you made something you should be very proud of. In this industry, we give each other awards, super cool. We should keep doing that. I find that nobody tells themselves good job as much as they should. I want to know something you accomplished making Sorry Baby that you'll always be able to look back on and say, you know what, I am really proud of what I did there.
Thank you for the question. I think the thing I feel really proud of is taking a really violent thing and finding a way to eventually move through it with as much love as I could, and finding ways to have as much empathy as I could and can, and I feel grateful to not have experienced violence and then been violent in response. I feel grateful to have found a way through it with making a film. It has truly been the honor of my life. Yeah. Thus far.
Many, many more to come. But again, sincerely,
thank you so
congratulations on this one.
You got my tears
work
going.
Across
Thank
the
you.
board. Good tears. Again, you should be very proud.
Thank you.
Thank you for sharing some of your experience making the movie with us.